Will you hear me so loud and clearly? This is the last time you'll ever hear from me.
Hi there guys, welcome once again to Jonesy's vlog. So, as the title says, what a week this has been for Leeds United, and this is the reason really that I've left the vlog till Friday at this time, because originally I was going to do one at the start of the week, but how it started off on Monday, I thought, you know, this is going to be quite a busy week with a lot of stuff happening, so we might as well wait until we got to the end of the week so we could, you know, talk about all the stuff that's been happening. So for people that were wanting videos a bit quicker, that's the reason I've left it till today. So yeah, I mean, this has been possibly one of the most positive, uplifting weeks as a Leeds United fan for quite a few years, as far as I'm concerned, and I can tell that you know, quite a lot of the fans are feeling quite the same, and there's a I'm going to use the word again, a certain positivity around the place, which I remember saying that once last season in a vlog, I think when GFH initially took over, but I think with the amount of things that have been going on this week and the amount of things on the field and off the field, it's a lot different to then. So I mean, starting off on Monday, obviously it was the first day without Ken Bates at the club. Well, there as the chairman anyway. Obviously he's going on to be that president role, but you know, the last proper day, you know, well no, sorry, the first proper day without him involved in anything, you know, in running the club. And also the news that Sean Harvey was stepping down as his role, and just going to be a director. So again, he's going to have no say on the matter of how things run at the club. That's now going to be down to David Haig, who has become the managing director at the club. I think that's quite a sound sort of quite a sound decision there. Really, he seems to have his head screwed on and in making the right decisions when it comes to, well, everything that's happened this week, which we'll get on to. The new chairman is Salah Nuruddin, who, I mean, there was that story of him before. Apparently it was him who tried to get his son a place in the academy, apparently. Nothing ever solid really came out on that one, but I mean, the fact that he's been made chairman, obviously there's no problem within GFH with him. So I imagine that story maybe didn't have as much credibility as what people were saying. So obviously there's no problem with him. And a lot of, you know, positivity coming from them on that Monday with the interviews they were giving full support and backing to Brian McDermott, saying that they were going to back him financially and that there would be investment into the team and into the club. And of course that was then backed up quite swiftly with the first £1 million transfer that we've made in 7 years. I believe the last one was Richard Cresswell. But yes, £1 million for crew captain Luke Murphy, centre midfielder, about 23 years old, I believe. A player that, I mean, he was one of those players that for the past few seasons I haven't seen much of. Obviously, you know, being with crew in League 2 and League 1. But he was one of those players that you were always hearing good things about. You know, a lot of journalists, presents on like the Football League show and things. You know, you were always hearing good things about this young Luke Murphy guy. And I mean, even since we've made the transfer, a lot of good things from sort of local journalists from the crew area, saying that, you know, is sort of the next upcoming thing. I mean, we know what crew were like about bringing through decent youngsters. We know what their academy has been like, and with Dario Grada bringing them through there. But yeah, even a Telegraph journalist, I believe, saying that this could be the transfer of the summer out of all of the leagues put together for sort of value for money and for the sort of, you know, development that the players got to go yet. He believes it might be the transfer of the summer, which is, you know, quite high praise for the youngster. And it's just, you know, the fact that we've been wanting money to be spent for so many years at Leeds United, but we haven't been asking for, you know, millions upon millions and, you know, pointless money spent on, you know, pointless players. You know, this is £1 million spent on an up and coming, you know, young player who's clearly got desire, he's clearly got skill, you know, he scores goals. He seems to be quite a leader of the team. The fact that he was, you know, at 23 captain of crew, you know, that shows a lot in him. So it's about spending that decent amount of money on the decent players, and this is just what we've been asking for. So so that was Monday as well, and then another thing that kind of slipped the radar with quite a few people, I think, but again is a big news story for me anyway. Sky Bet was announced as our new betting partner. I think it was Sporting Bet before, wasn't it? But to have such a big company like that sort of being part of the club and being our betting partner, I think that's a massive sort of step forward, really. Just another positive at the club, and possibly having them as sponsors as well. It's just another step forward. And then I can't remember if it was Monday night or Tuesday when David Haig tweeted that he was working hard to get another exciting. They're working hard on something exciting that the fans will like or something. Obviously, that set the rumour mill going about various things. Was he talking about transfers? Was it talking about buying Ellen Road and Thorpe Arch back? Even rumours going round that there's been some sponsorship deal with Red Bull, and that's going to change the name of the ground to, I think, the Red Bull Ellen Road Arena or something like that. So we haven't heard anything from that yet. But he did say they were going to hopefully announce that soon. So whether that's today at some point, I must just say that I do have my iPad sort of next to me here, and I'm waiting for notifications, because the way things have gone this week, I'm quite expecting something else to happen today. So if anything does happen, then I'll bring you up to date on that. So we went on to Wednesday. Fantastic news that two academy lads had signed a professional contract. I don't have the names to hand here, but the fact that again this is more positivity coming from the younger lads and from the academy. This is the future of Leeds United, and the fact that recently so many academy prospects have been coming through and signing these professional contracts. Hopefully that's showing that the future's bright for the club. And I think it's important this year to start blooding some of those youngsters and mix them in with the experience of the first team. And I think that's exactly what we want and what we need to get us back up to the Premiership, with the help of youngsters, just like we did back when we were in the Premier League and under David O'Leary. So that was Wednesday morning, and then the worst kept secret in football, as even Brian McDermott said himself, Noel Hunt signed a 2-year deal with the club. People have been a bit mixed before the signing happened, saying it's a free, and he's 30 years old, he's getting on a bit, he's not going to score us loads of goals. But to be honest, since the signings happened and the way I've been feeling about it, I think it's a fantastic step from Brian McDermott. He's another forward player. He's got that experience. He will chip in with a few goals, but apparently from the way Brian McDermott's been speaking, it's the fact that he puts in 110% every game. That's on and off the pitch. He's sort of a leader around the dressing room and things. And apparently he's going to be a fan's favourite. So I'm seeing maybe another Andy Hughes type of player in Noel Hunt. And I think that's another, it's getting a good mix of experience and players like that with blooding the youngsters, and also your sort of mid-range people, like getting your Luke Murphys in, getting your Matt Smith type of players in. So personally, I was over the moon with the fact that was finally announced. And also on that day, Brian McDermott was asked about the apparent bids for Sam Byram of 2.5 million and £3 million bids from Crystal Palace. And the fact that McDermott said, is for which boot is that worth? Just showing that clearly he's intending to keep Byram at the club, and that it would have to be a big offer to lure him away from Ellen Road. So again, nice to see that, and nice to see a bit of humour from the manager there. And again, all week with all the interviews he's had, it's a breath of fresh air with him, with everything that he says and the way he talks about the club and the team. It all seems to be finally coming together. So that was Wednesday. On to Thursday, there was the meet and greet with the new signings of Matt Smith, Luke Murphy and Noel Hunt at the Ellen Road Superstar. So another chance of youngsters, and well, not just youngsters, everyone to go and have shirts signed and merchandise signed, and to have pictures taken with the players. But also with that, there was a offer of free shirt printings of the new players' names and their numbers if you bought a new shirt from the store. Which, it's a little thing, but it's these little things, all these little things coming together, which is helping with the atmosphere at the club at the moment and bringing fans on side. And it is connecting, the club with the fans like that is so going to help this season, and something that we just haven't had for so many years. So, that was a small thing, but again, another positive. And also Gwyn Williams, the technical director, another of sort of Bates's mob. It was announced that he was leaving the club. So in 1 week we've lost Bates, we've lost Harvey, and we've lost Gwyn Williams. All the people who, various amounts of blame have been sort of put at their doors for lack of signings and the way the club's been running over the past few years. So all of them gone in a week. I mean, it was Christmases all come at once, really, wasn't it? So a decent Thursday, and today Friday. Already this morning, some more positive news with ticket prices. The matchday ticket prices were announced, and it's frozen from last year. So the most expensive games, expensive prices. So obviously the Category A games. The most expensive tickets will be £36 in the West and East stand, and in the North and South stands will be £31. So good to see no increases there. And also the Category C prices, so the lowest ticket prices are going to be just £28 in the West and East stands. So these are adult ticket prices, by the way. Concessions obviously are a lot lower, and £20 in the North and South stand for adult prices. And also the announcement of new concessions tickets. Young adults is a new band of concessions, age 16 to 21, which I think is a decent thing. I'm pretty gutted that I'm kind of just missing out on that. 23 in a few weeks' time, so missing out on those concession tickets. And also full-time students who are 22 and over. So those are new concession bands, and I think it's that we've been missing over the past few years, and that's going to get hopefully a new. Well, not a new generation, but a new sort of group of fans coming into Ellen Road. And the fact that the owners are introducing all these new things, again, all put together, it's so much better to see and so nice to see. And this week on Twitter has been one of the nicest weeks to be a Leeds fan. I mean, usually it's arguments upon arguments between each other, and so depressing, so low. But I've never seen Twitter so high, really, as I have this past week, and it's been brilliant to see. And also the announcement that Brighton, the first game of the season at home, is going to be a Category C match. So price is going to be no more than £28 for that match. So hopefully we can get a full Ellen Road. If we could get 38,000 for that first home game of the season. And just start the season off with a bang. I mean, I put this on Twitter earlier, to get Ellen Road full and rocking and noisy, and getting kids in, getting families in, different generations, and just show the new signings, whoever that may be at that point, what a club this can be, what the fans can be like, and what this season could, possibly have in store. If we get a positive start to the season, and we start getting 30,000+, every week for the home games, it just shows that intent from the fans and the club and everyone. So it's been a hell of a week. It's been a very, very busy week, and something we're definitely not used to at Leeds United over the past few seasons. So it's just fantastic to see. Brian McDermott was speaking again. I think it was on Wednesday. He was hoping. He said it would be very tight, but he was looking at 2 more players to get them in, hopefully before tomorrow. I mean, like I say, we're expecting, well, we're not expecting, but a lot of people, if that was going to be happening, then we'd expect some sort of announcement today Nothing as yet. I mean, it's just 10-1, so you know something may happen this afternoon. But if not, then he's hoping to get those 2 players in before the Slovenia tour. So I think they're set off for that on Monday. So even then, I mean, if they're wanting it done by Monday, something's going to have to be done today or tomorrow or very early Monday morning. So, I mean, the fact that the Noel Hunt deal's gone through, I mean, that was, you know, the only expected transfer we knew about. So it's going to be a complete surprise as to who these 2 players are that he's working on. There's been various rumours about, I think, is it Chris Forrester, the young lad from St Pat's in Ireland. A very, very good YouTube clip of him showing various skills and you know, various goals that he scored. Looking a very, very decent young player there. There's been rumours that McDermott's interested in him. Also, I can't remember, is it Gary McKay Stevens or something? This is a guy that I've never even heard of, but everyone seemed to be mentioning him on Twitter. First of all, people were saying that you know, they're excited at this rumour because he's very good on FIFA, which just made my heart sink, really. The fact that, you know, people judge players by how good they are on FIFA. Not brilliant guys, really. But then there are some YouTube videos of him showing some very, very decent pace and skill, and showing some, you know, decent goals. And, you know, he's a winger, he's got pace, he's got the skills, he can score goals. That's exactly who we want. So, you know, after doubting it at first, you know, I won't mind seeing him being brought into the club. So maybe he's one of the rumours. But again, it was started on Twitter, so it's probably a load of bollocks. And really, that's the only rumours that's been said this week. I mean, I tend to kind of ignore a lot of what's said on Twitter because until it's said by a sort of a decent, reliable journalist, or it appears, of course, on the Leeds United official website, then I tend not to believe it. So like I say, that's all that's really been mentioned, so we'll have to see about the new players. But, you know, we've got 3 players in now in Matt Smith, Luke Murphy and Noel Hunt, which are fantastic positives. Like I say, McDermott wanting to get another 2 in, that'll take it up to 5. And, you know, we're just then 2 away from the 7 that he said we probably need for this season. So that's really all I've got to say on the matter, guys. You know, such a fantastic week. You know, let's hope this is just the start of a fantastic pre-season for us. Farsley tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to that. You know, meeting up with quite a few guys, meeting up with an old uni friend. Hopefully meeting up with quite a few guys from Twitter. If anyone here watching is going, you know, get in touch and we can try have a big meet up there. But, you know, it'll be, obviously they're not the most important games, but, you know, it's just nice to have some football back. And I always love going to Farsley anyway. It's a fantastic little club, and, you know, I've never been to a Farsley Leeds United game before, but judging from last season, they're quite fun games to go to. So it looks like it's going to be a sellout as well. So really looking forward to that. So yes, if anyone is going and wants a meet up, then do get in touch. And give me your thoughts on everything that has happened this week and everything that I've mentioned there. You know, quite a big week, quite a lot to talk about, and quite a lot of opinions on various things. So do get in touch either on here or on Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC. So, oh yes, the Leeds United away days, I was planning on doing that for tomorrow's game against Farsley, but, you know, my camera decided to die at the start of this week, so I'm having to get a new one. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that tomorrow, which is a bit of a shame. But hopefully, I will be doing that for the first away game. The first away game I'm aiming for is Reading, so hopefully that will be the first Leeds United away days of the season. So yes, I'll finish it there, guys. Probably be speaking to you at some point next week, maybe on Monday, just to maybe round up the Farsley game. But yeah, thank you very much for sticking with me and for watching. Obviously, guys, please do go on to share, like and subscribe, and hopefully I will speak to you all very soon.